Shalom lachem v'shavua tov. Hi, Rachael Littman. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Rachael, I want to start by saying that I really didn't know that a woman can be a cantor.
Well, actually, I didn't know until I was at Manhattan School of Music that women could be cantors.
And you are a cantor.
I am.
So tell me a little bit about how did you become a cantor? How does a woman become a cantor?
Well, actually, in the conservative and the reform movement, women can be cantors. But
Can or cannot?
Can, yes.
Okay.
And so when I was growing up, I was raised in more of a conservadox family, so I only saw male clergy.
Right.
And so when I went to Manhattan School of Music, I didn't realize, but the JTS, which is the Jewish Theological Seminary, the conservative seminary for rabbis and cantors, and they have an education program as well, was across the street. And I used to see women wearing kippot.
Wow.
I thought it was very odd. And
well, when you're not used to it,
exactly.
It feels odd.
It did. And now it's normal for me.
I see a lot of, more and more women going towards chazanut or rabbanut. It's like, so you decided to become a chazan?
I did. Well, it looked like a friend of mine actually had suggested it to me. She had known that I was looking at master's programs in social work. But I wanted to combine the music, but I didn't know there was actually a way to combine doing something aside from performance.
So you started as a classical singer?
Voice.
Okay.
So I majored in classical voice, and then I realized I didn't necessarily want to go into only performing. I loved working with other people and wanted to do something within a community.
Wow.
And so when I found out that a woman could be a chazan, it was really a beautiful combination of my interests.
That's beautiful. But now you're actually singing a few Jewish songs, like in Yiddish.
I am in Yiddish, yes. And
that's beautiful that we're like bringing back the Yiddish language, and we're not forgetting it. That is so beautiful.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't realize how important to me Yiddish would become. My mother's first language was Yiddish, and so I grew up, I heard it all the time, but I myself, because I didn't speak it, felt very uncomfortable necessarily in the singing in Yiddish. And yet, more recently, especially after my grandfather passed away about a year or two ago, it became important for me to begin to speak, or at least learn more about Yiddish. And I've begun singing in it as well.
Well, we're going to have to hear you sing. There's no question about that. So I know you have a few pieces for us, so let's start with the first one. And I would love to hear you sing.
Okay, great.
Wenn so spielt sich auf sein Fiedel, schön hört sich Jiddisch Liedel, oi Mama, bet ich rot und schier. Mit seine schöne schwarze Augen und ein mit zugetragen, oi Mama, wart in Gott ist mir. Und wenn sagt, hey, du Mädel, bist doch so Leben Mädel, und sein Spielen kriegt im Herz und rein. Will sich tanzen, will sich singen, oi Gewalt, ich trau zu springen, oi Mamen, kann ich mehr mit sein. Oi Mama, bin ich verliebt. Oi Mama, bin ich verliebt. A kleines Engel, Mama, getreuer, lebt von mit euch Sinn. Ich will nicht lachen, weiß nicht, Mama, oi blacher wird ich bin. Oi Mama, bin ich verliebt. Oi Mama, bin ich verliebt. Wird die ganze Welt herumgenommen und zugedrückt so sieg. Oi, oi Mama, bin ich verliebt.
Well, I can tell you, wow, what a voice. Some people are just born with it, and I wish I had. I can't even sing in the bathroom.
Oh.
You have a beautiful, beautiful voice. What else are you going to do with that voice?
Well, recently, actually, I was asked to sing in a concert for the Toronto Music Festival, Jewish Music Festival.
Of course.
And I'm giving a performance for an hour recital on Molly Picon. And she was a very famous Yiddish singer, performer. She was quite a comedian as well. They compared her to a sort of a Charlie Chaplin, a female Charlie Chaplin.
Yes,
and,
I know who she is, yes.
She called herself the Yiddish, I believe it was Helen Hayes. She was very well known around the 1930s. And she had a very big career in the Yiddish theater in Second Avenue. And so I'm performing the songs
Such
that
an
she had
honor.
sung.
It's such an honor to do that. That's beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you.
So I'm going to start again because you have another song for us, and I really want to hear it. Like, I love your voice. You really, truly are gifted and have a beautiful voice. And I'm not just saying it because you're on the show. I really am not. You truly have a beautiful voice. I enjoy and I enjoy talent, and you're very talented. So let's hear the second song.
A bissel Sonne, a bissel Regen, am ruhig Ort in Kopf zu legen, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein. A schoch, a soch, a Kleid und Lottes, a Käschene, a drei, vier Lottes, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein. Die Luft ist frei, war jeden gleich. Die Sonne, sie scheint bei jeden, eine Morgen oder reich. A bissel Fried, a bissel Lachen, in mir und mit Freundin Schnapsel machen, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein. Einem solcher Schiris, einem solcher Viris, einem die ganze Welt. Einem meint das ganze Glück, meint ihr nur ihr Geld. Soll nur suchen, soll nur kriechen, nur ich meint bei mir. Ich tat das auf Paporis, weil das Glück bei mein Tier. A bissel Sonne, a bissel Regen, a ruhig Ort im Kopf zu legen, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein. A Schich, a Soch, a Kleid und Lottes, a Käschene, a drei, vier Lottes, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein. Die Luft ist frei, war jeden gleich. Die Einlehm scheint bei jeden, ohne Modenrei reich. A bissel Fried, a bissel Lachen, a nur mit Freunden Schnäpsel lachen, a bi gesinnt, kein Menglechlek sein.
You have such an incredible voice, really, truly. What else do you do beside Hazanut?
Hazanut to school about 5 years ago, and because I wanted to be able to develop my skills as a counselor. Got a doctorate in ministry in pastoral counseling. And
Which
so-
really, what is that?
What is it? Yeah, most people won't know what it is.
Explain to us what it means.
So essentially, it is a combination between psychology and spirituality. And I had worked for several years with a mental hospital, basically working with people that are addicts and illness, and developing their sense of spirituality is such an important part of, we know now, it's an
healing.
important part of healing, exactly, right.
Wow.
And music also was a really important part. I didn't realize when I entered it that music would be such an important part of my work at the hospital too.
Wow. So are you currently working here in Toronto?
In
or
Toronto,
not yet?
no, I'm not currently working. I'm finishing the last draft of my dissertation and looking to
Well,
find work.
so I'm just trying, it's fascinating. So what exactly, like, so you're going to work in a hospital, so we're talking about addicts. So just been consulting them, talking to them? Like, I'm just trying to understand, how does the music sort of come into?
So I believe that because the medical health system is different in Canada than
Yes,
it is
it
in the
is.
States. In the States, I had worked specifically with a private hospital, and so people would be there. The program that I was most involved with was a 28-day program, and so while the residents were there and doing a weekday program,
Okay.
I would also have a group called Creative Spirituality, where people would get up and give of themselves and share with people. They were amazingly talented and creative people, even though they were really recovering. Some of them hadn't really been filling their lives with these things like music or poetry.
It's good for the soul.
Exactly, and makes you feel, or allows you to feel emotions that you might not otherwise be comfortable with.
I'm really glad that this year you're actually included in the Jewish Music Week.
Yes.
That is an honor on its own.
I am very excited.
That's beautiful. So, if you don't mind, one last song for us.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ein Sieg steht auf der Lonke und mecket treurig mehr. Du Sieg, du Scheute, treurig seine Bär. Schocket das Bedo, zacke Bär. Jedel mit den Fedel, Arje mit den Bass. Das Leben ist ein Lied, ich wollte sein in Kass. Hey, jeder Schmiedel, hey, das Leben ist ein Spaß. A Vogelglied, good morning und good year. Doi treue Sohn in Zeugen, zahle schwarze hier. Dem Witterloch in Pornum und jeder Fall. Jeder mit den Federn, euer mit den Bass. Das Leben ist ein Little, je wollte sein in Kass. Hey, jeder Schmiedel, hey, Leben ist ein Spaß.
Oh, you know what? I can listen to you over and over again. Beautiful, beautiful voice. Tell me, what does the future hold for Rachael?
Thank you for asking. Actually, the future for me right now is rather open. I am excited that I'm in this country now. At least
It is a beautiful country.
It is.
Canada is a beautiful, beautiful country.
And
Toronto is the best.
yeah, I'm starting to explore that.
Shouldn't say that. It's one of the best.
One of the best, yeah. No, it's a beautiful city, and the people are very kind too. But except the drivers, they're not as nice.
Not going to comment on that.
Yeah. They get out of their car and they're lovely. Yeah. But actually, I was engaged this past year, so I'm looking forward to.
Mazel tov.
Thank you.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you.
I always love to hear about new beginnings.
New beginnings, yes, and this is all a new beginning for me.
Wow, so it's like new beginning in a new country, new beginning in a new marriage. Wow.
Yeah, my fiance is from Toronto, so I look forward to being able to find meaningful work again within.
Oh, with that voice like yours, I don't think you'll have a hard time finding. Besides Yiddish songs, what songs do you really speak? What song really speaks to you?
Well, actually, the music, chazanut in general, being able to daven on behalf of a congregation to me is so meaningful. It really, it's funny, I didn't want to necessarily go into performance, but when the difference between really leading a congregation in prayer
The Jewish prayers are so beautiful.
Yes, I connect to that in a very different way than I did with just secular prayer. I mean, secular prayer, secular
music.
song music. Yeah. But as far as music goes, I'm really exploring a lot of different music right now. We'll see where that goes.
Beautiful. All I can say is thank you so much for coming. And I hope you come back and perform some more for us, so the rest of us can enjoy your beautiful voice and your talent.
Thank you so much.
I really do appreciate it. Thank you very much for coming.
It's a pleasure.
ואני אגיד לכם שלום ולהתראות בשבוע הבא, ואני מקווה מאוד מאוד שנהנתם למשהו קצת שונה. תודה רבה.
Shoshaloza
Kule zunta Bastimela Zavume South Africa When you yabaleka Kule zunta Bastimela Zavume South Africa Shoshaloza Kule zunta Bastimela Zavume South Africa When you yabaleka Kule zunta Bastimela Zavume South Africa
עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם. עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו, עוד יבוא שלום עלינו ועל כולם.
Samina mina waka waka samina mina samwewa anawa samina mina waka waka samina mina samwewa anawa
Singing forever young, singing songs underneath the sun. Let's rejoice in this beautiful game, hey! And together till the end of the day.
Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam Salam ve'al kulam Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam
salam salam this time for Africa when
From the day we arrive on the planet and a blinking step into the sun, there's more to see than can ever be seen, more to do than can ever be done.
It's the circle of life, and it moves us all through despair and hope, through faith and love, till we find our place on the path unwinding in the circle of life, the circle of life. And together till the end of the day.
Salam Aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam Salam
left it all to be with you. Distant dreams have now come true. Walk the streets of legends told. We've come home. We've come home. We've come home. And we'll never stand alone. After 2,000 years, we are home.
place called home. We've come home, we've come home to a land of our own. After 2,000 years, we are home. זאת ארצי מולדתי, על אדמתי צעדתי, אבל